Hey guys, welcome back to Diesel, where today we're going to replace the battery in our Grand Cherokee EcoDiesel. It's only been 3-4 years, but it's time. Let's check it out. Before we start today, guys, if you're new to Diesel, make sure you check us out and hit that subscribe button. Like the video if it helped you out. If you like diesels, that's what this channel is about, so make sure you check us out. It seems like one of the biggest questions people ask us on our channel is, have you had issues with your EcoDiesel battery? You know, my battery's dead, my auxiliary battery, things like that. Today we're working on the Grand Cherokee, but the EcoDiesels both struggle from, battery issues. I'm talking about our JL is the other one. So with the EcoDiesel in this case, we've got a couple things going on. It's been a pretty cold, hard winter. One thing we notice is that when we get in it and we take off, start driving, if we have both heated seats on, or sometimes even just the one heated seat on, we will get a battery saver message. The dash will ding and it'll just say battery saver mode. Some systems may be in reduced power, until the battery charges. That happens almost every day when it's 25 degrees out, and we park it in the garage every night. The other thing that's going on is if it's really cold out, like 3-5 degrees, single digits, it actually won't, the remote start won't work. So you'll push the button twice, it'll honk once, and then it'll just kill it. And it'll say on the dash, remote start canceled due to low battery, right? The Jeep hasn't left us stranded. We haven't had any issues with that. But when you have a vehicle such as this, you expect a couple things out of it. A couple things we expect are the remote start to work and the heated seats to work if we're hopping in it, right? But nevertheless, I decided it's time to replace the battery in this guy, and we're going to replace it today with an Odyssey battery because I think that those are the best batteries in the business. This thing is a beast. It says 60 pounds on the shipping label. Oh. I bet it's close to that. Alright, so right here we've got both batteries. They're both the same size batteries, but Odyssey is kind of always outdone their competitors when it comes to batteries, and we can see that here as well. And this is exactly why, even though this battery isn't leaving us stranded, I know it's just kind of undersized, not the best battery that we could have in it. So we're going to replace it with an Odyssey, right? So if we look at the specs on these two, we've got 85 amp hours. The Odyssey is rated at 94 amp hours. And the Odyssey gives us 950 cold cranking amps, which is a lot of how they used to rate batteries. This stock one has 800 cold cranking amps, so the Odyssey already outdoes it. Again, it's the same size, but it's just going to give us a little extra oomph and see if that gets us our heated seats and our remote start back. Okay, so to replace your battery in your Grand Cherokee, it's actually not under the hood, although if you do want to jump start the Sever, there's two hookups underneath the hood to jump start it. Your battery in the Grand Cherokee, diesels, gas, Hemi, whatever you have, is actually under the passenger seat. So we're going to access that through the rear passenger door. Put the seat all the way forward and up. And then this cover pops out. You pry it up from the back. Then there's two little clips up at the top you can kind of reach under. So there's our battery. It shouldn't be too bad. The hold down, I gotta figure out where the hold down is, and then we're just gonna have our two terminals. Looks like they gave us nice top terminals at least. Okay, so I'm gonna pull the negative first. It's kosher usually. It's a 10 millimeter. Loosen up your bolt. Should come right off. I believe it's going to be this one on the side here. Let's see. Yeah. So, just for reference on the positive there's a bolt here and then there's a bolt back here. It's this one. But we're kind of trapped a little bit. So I'm going to loosen the battery up and we'll move it back. Okay, to take the battery out, there is a 13 millimeter 1/2 inch bolt down here, kind of on the very bottom. You're gonna need a deep socket for that, I think. So that's just gonna hold down a little bracket in there. Turns out there's one on the other side as well. I couldn't see it because that vent tube is in the way. Okay. So that's what's holding your battery down on that lip right there. So now, I'm just going to unplug my vent because I don't know what's going on with that. Battery should come out. These things aren't heavy. Positive cable's holding me back. Alright, there it is. So there you can see your battery cavity. For some reason there's water in mine. That's a little concerning. I'll wipe that up. This is your vent. I'm not sure if the new battery will have that. Ground cable, positive cable, and there's a better look at those hold downs for you, just the 2 studs there. So I'll get everything cleaned up and we'll get the new battery ready. So one quick test I always like to do is just throw the multimeter on them. We're not going to see anything bad today because we're not putting these under a load, and this battery is not really bad, it's just getting weak. So on the Odyssey we've got 12.87. On the stock we've got 12.42, so a little bit of a difference. But one thing I will tell you is if you're actually chasing a battery because you're having issues with an engine starting or something, try and crank it over and put the voltmeter on the battery. You shouldn't see your volts drop when it's actually cranking over. And if I had another set of hands and I did that to the stock battery, I guarantee you this is starting to drop when it's cranking, putting a big load on it, whereas the Odyssey will not. And that's a sure sign that our battery is actually starting to go bad. To want to. There we go. They're negative. I just want to see how far the terminal should go down. Should go down most of the way. Snug them up. They give you torque specs on that little yellow thing if you want. Drop it in the spot because that terminal's a little tight under there. This lip goes towards the back. I think it said 10 foot-pounds or so. Nice and snug, and then just double check it's not going anywhere. So now pop your cover back in, put it up front in position, the back pops in, and that is it for your battery replacement. Alright, let's see if it'll start and see how mad the Jeep is at us. Ooh, I like that. Doesn't look like any issues. Even kept our time, that's pretty weird. So that is it for the battery replacement. If you're interested in putting an Odyssey battery in your EcoDiesel, I'll leave a link below to their website with a battery for the Grand Cherokee EcoDiesel, and I'll also throw one in there for the Wrangler too, because I wouldn't be surprised if a year from now we're putting Odyssey in our Wrangler. So I'm pretty interested to see how this works out. I'll leave a follow-up, maybe just pin a comment in the video, or make another video after another month. We're supposed to have some pretty cold weather coming up this weekend actually. So we'll leave it outside, see if we get that battery saver on, and see if that remote start doesn't work anymore. But I'm pretty confident in these. Like I said, Odyssey batteries, it's basically the industry standard for a good battery. So we'll see. It should be better. All right, guys, that is it for today's video. Hopefully that helped you if you're looking to replace the battery in your Grand Cherokee. Again, it's the same gas diesel Hemi. Hopefully that kind of opened your eyes to maybe a better alternative. We don't have to deal with the battery issues that the EcoDiesels have. There's better aftermarket batteries out there. People have been doing stuff like this for years. So check out Odyssey again. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. We'll try and help you out. Make sure you subscribe if you like this video. Other than that, we'll talk to you next time. There's also nice little instructions on the lid when you take it off. But Cooper can't read, so we'll make a video about it.